Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X research and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled Spherical Stones All Over the World, Earth Creating Tiny Moon Cores. Now, spherical stones ranging in size from a few inches to 10 feet in diameter have been found all over the world, and in particular on an island in the Arctic Ocean, which shows that they could not have been carved by men, as some of the stones seem to be about 1,400 years old, and there was no one living in such an extreme type of environment at that time to carve the stones. The stones could not have been eroded by the oceans. They are perfectly spherical, and stones carved by the ocean are oval, not spherical. And you may look at Article 471 entitled Planet X and Spherical Stones Found All Over the World. So I suggested in Article 471 that they were formed out of Planet X debris due to an electrical interaction between the Planet X system stellar cores and the Earth's atmosphere. And here you can see some of these stones. This is the largest ever found, 10 feet in diameter in Bosnia. And this is in New Zealand, this is in Mexico, and this is in Costa Rica. But as it turns out, the electrical interaction between the Earth and the Planet X stellar cores does not involve the Earth's atmosphere. It seems to instead be an electrical interaction between the two cores, the Earth's core and the Planet X stellar core, which is energy depleted but still has a strong positive electric field which is outwards directed. When the Planet X stellar core closely approaches Earth, its field is pushed into the Earth's field. The fields would repel each other, but the gravitational attraction is much stronger, up to a minimum distance, which just keeps the objects from colliding. So the two cores are forced to come together very closely. This appears to cause an instability which results in an explosion from the Earth's core, which then goes into matter creation mode, just like active galactic nuclei do when their internal electric fields are extremely intense, which then causes intense brightness. The material created and ejected by a galactic nucleus condenses into a quasar, which is essentially a newly formed galactic nucleus or galactic core. So we would expect no less from a star or planet, which, like galactic nuclei, are white holes or sources of matter. And you may look at Article 522 entitled Stellar Cores or Sources of Matter or White Holes. The interaction between Planet X system stellar cores that seem to have started coming into the solar system several thousand years ago as comets, and which seem to have caused the Great Flood cataclysm on Earth, and you may look at Article 515 entitled Current Cataclysm Engulfing the Earth Started at the Great Flood, seems to have caused the Sun to go into intense matter creation mode, so that it created at least one new planet several thousand years ago, Mercury. And for more details on that, you may look at Article 524 entitled Mercury Created by the Sun Due to Planet X. And here you see one of these large sand, this one is made out of sandstone. They are made out of different materials, but that's to be expected, as the magma that the Earth creates would contain different minerals as well, and end up as pieces of rock, igneous, sandstone, etc. And this is on Champ Island. It's an uninhabited island in the Arctic Ocean, so above the Arctic Circle. It is thus extremely likely that the Earth, when it undergoes a matter creation event, which results in earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, just like such events result in CMEs on the Sun, will create positively charged plasma or magma, which quickly condenses into tiny stellar cores or tiny moon cores. These would be spherical and be made of rock, since this is what planetary cores create. In other words, magma or rock in a molten state. And you may look at Article 501 entitled Planet X Induced Volcanic Eruptions Are Like an Earth CME. Then the fact that the cores are found on Earth would suggest that not all cores are ejected and that they can continue to exist within the originating stellar core. They will be ejected away from the source core during the matter creation event, but they do not always remain outside the source celestial source. Some may come back or never leave the atmosphere or even the surface of the Earth in the first place. In other words, they may remain trapped underground, just like the magma, which is never able to reach the surface and ends up simply causing an earthquake. This would then explain why perfectly spherical stones have been found deep underground and within the Earth and have been named concretions. And here you see some of these tiny spherical stones found on Champ Island. And these are most likely tiny moon cores created by the Earth in matter creation events, induced by the close approach of a large Planet X system stellar core. So in conclusion, perfectly spherical stones found all over the world were most likely created by the Earth during matter creation events, induced by the close approach of a large Planet X system stellar core. And these are the references. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.